from when I brought him home for our first home visit. And he died last year, and I just got bowled over because they're like my family, because I don't have family, and I'd rather love things, because if I don't have things to love, it'll make me sad, and then when I get sad, I don't like being sad, I get mad, and then I get really mad, so I try to do whatever I can do not to get mad. So, and they were, God, my routine for years, 4 years, I took those 4 dogs out on a leash, one at a time, every 2 hours, every hour and a half. We were more active when it was less active in the winter. They were my purpose, along with Mom. Mom, you want to say hi? Here. Nobody's there, but go ahead and say hi for later if you want. Here, look, Mom, up here. There you are. See you? Look at you. God willing, and the creek don't rise, you're going to be 75 next month. What do you think about that, Mom? Can you believe you'd live to be 74 in 11 months? Did you ever think that you would have done such a good job doing that? Look, you even got your pretty smile still, Ma. Huh. I'm so happy that you're still here, Ma. I'll give you extra hugs and kisses tonight for all those people that are sad because they don't get to hang out with their moms no more. Because there's a lot of people that are just sad. But anyway, let's get past all that. Let's talk some shit. Let's talk some trash. I call today's talk military intelligence is an oxymoron. See? It's okay to get your feelings out, cry about shit like a little baby, and then get on with stuff. It's better than stuffing it than getting cancers and stuff. Negativity. People keep things, they think negatively. They think negatively, but they're acting positive. Hi! Welcome. I used to, so they're living a world inside, we all live our world inside our head. Every experience we have in the world, it's derived from our head and how we respond to our earthly experience. And people are really figuring out that they're spiritual beings having a human experience. Do I want to hear? I don't think I do. I got a joke. I got jokes. My girlfriend was such a hoe, even her memory foam mattress couldn't keep track of who's who. Oh. Yeah, I don't play reindeer games. You're welcome to stick around. Anyway, welcome to my tiny tube. My name's Margie. I'm two-spirited, born woman, female, with outside influences. They shot all kinds of stuff into my mom's when she was pregnant with me. So I've always been a science project my whole life. I'm a freak in nature, but guess what? Came into this world female. When I was 5, thought, I want to be a boy because I want to pee in the woods. And then I grew out of that mentality. Never had operations to change my gender because God don't make junk. I don't get that stuff. That's not, but hey, people are willing and able to do whatever they want. I don't like surgery. I'm not going to this is an exit-only system. So however long I live on this planet, it's not going to be because of any medical interference. Because where I live, you don't go to the hospital if you don't want to die. And I used to work at a hospital. I was the IT person that that worked in the Department of Radiology. Dog's back there rolling around. She worked in the Department of Radiology at Creighton University Medical Center. It was one of 2 level 1 trauma hospitals in Omaha, Nebraska. And then I went to the university side because I wanted to see what it was like to work in higher ed. Just a whole bunch of people. Hospital side, university side, corporate America. It's just a whole lot of people that don't know how to change a tire. It's just a whole bunch of people that don't know how to do jack shit, but dress up in their little Dockers and polo shirts. I used to wear those too. And then go and play a role. And they give themselves titles to play a role. And they write on pages job descriptions. This is the role that you play. If you can play this role. I came from the military too. So I started. Went military, was a mechanic. And then I went over. I didn't want to get dirty and bust nails, bust my knuckles. I love maintenance and troubleshooting. But in the Midwest in Omaha, it's cold and it hurts. And so I was like, well, I could still troubleshoot, use all those skills and stuff that I use. Same principles, everything, same different layout, but same systems. Even humans we all have a cooling system, just like engines. We all have like the lubricant, like the blood vascular system, like the oil system. See, so I've been a part of all of these different paradigms, so I make all these connections is what I do. Then I talk trash about how people are just playing made up reindeer games. I'm coming, Luna. Good girl, honey bear. Sit for a good girl. I had to let Luna out real quick. So, military intelligence is an oxymoron. So think of this, okay? So people, when they say, now, I talk about how Hollywood and DC are the same, and they run off the same budgets. I talk about that a lot here. Like if you look at the budgets that they have to make movies in Hollywood, and then you look at the Black Ops budgets, and what the military people spend in, it was in 2024, the government spent $58 million on male enhancement drugs. $58 million on boner pills. They always have so much to do whatever they want, whatever feeds their ego, because they got to feed their ego, because their bodies don't work. Because, well, it's kind of what you get when you sell your soul. So, when I had a roommate named Michael, and he was in Desert Storm, and he would tell me how it's all bullshit. Hello. How we just go to the desert to sit around and get paid, and I heard him, but I wasn't listening. And so I take on other people's experience because I appreciate and find their experience valid. And sometimes it's so valid that it will help me navigate through my life. His wasn't valid enough, and I was drinking too much and too young to really pay attention. And it finally came to the time where I had to put the bottle down and enlist, because I got to take care of my little mom here. Say hi, Mom! Say hi, Mom! Wave hi! Yeah. She did real good for a long time by herself. Then a dude slammed her head in a car door when she was 38. And then, it's just harder for stuff to do things like to remember where the bathroom is, and it's right there. So You know, I know it's hard for people to even comprehend this, that, hold on a second. There we go. All right, Luna's back. You see, Mom was a single mom. She raised a single mom. And she didn't know what she was doing, 25 years old, left with 2 kids, an asshole narcissist, ex-husband, you know. And so, and I see as an adult, I look back to see what, you know, with my adult mind, see what she went through. And it was so hard for her. People are all upset because they're losing their SNAP benefits. Come on. I know what it's like to have food insecurity. When we were growing up, it was me, Mom, and brother, and we got $55 a month. That's what the state said that we were worth for 3 people to eat on. $55 a month. And then they said I was hypoglycemic because they gave me a glucose tolerance test, which is a crazy all-day blood test. It said I had low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. Good dog. And then only to, you know, so it's just I learned that, oh, it's not, but so yeah, so these people that have these benefits, they're getting them, they're stopping, right? And Mom was terrified the whole time raising us. She was always, you know, the system drives on freaking people being scared. And she got scared to death all the time by all kinds of, you know, and she was neurodivergent. She didn't get to grow up in a loving family. She was thrown away from birth and put in an orphanage and institutionalized from the get-go. So I promised to never institutionalize her. I'm not gonna, go ahead, yeah, whatever. I'm a grown-up. You're not gonna tell me how to, I'm gonna talk on my channel. If it bothers you, go over there. Bye. So $55 a month, right? And then I have a letter where Mom wrote, or the doctor wrote to the state asking for $10 more a month so we could buy more fruit and vegetables because it's healthier. You know, but America don't want people healthy because they profit off people more as they're sick and dying. Like, I mean, look at all the talk of what they do with people's wisdom's teeth. How many people know that because they don't care about the military, it's not their world, they don't think about it, but I think they lie about the number of enlisted personnel that exists, or the ones that are capable of working. Oh God, man, this military really let itself go. Like, they put me on the weight management program. I got off it. I didn't just get kicked out and leave. Hey, I went hungry when I was a kid. It was too late. I already went hungry. The damage was already done. So don't tell me what's not going to happen. This already happened in the 70s and 80s, and I know plenty of other people that are a part of your pretend world of the system, because there's more people that live outside of this system. There's more people that don't, the throwaways is what I call us, because I've been doing these videos since 2017, and I've been consistent in these conversations. There's a whole percentage of population that people don't care about.
the junkie and the drunks that just like to, you know, bone down, you know, get down to Bone Town because they're chasing sensations because they're being ridden by their demons. That's what's wrong with this freaking earth is all these soul sacks. They start out human maybe, but then they live in their perversions and chasing sensations is what I call it. Driven by their demons. There's this reel that came across my FYP on TikTok, and it had this little nun lady, and the show I guess is called Evil. I've never heard of it before in my life. I think it's on Netflix. We'll see. And she sees demons that are like there's the reel that I saw. There's a married couple, and every time there's discord within the marriage, the demon gets more powerful, right? But when the couple work on their relationship and the discord is resolved, then the demon starts to fall apart. Good girl, honey bear. Right? Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. She's happy. And you can see that in people. You can see what the burdens that people have laid on themselves. I used to lay burdens on myself. I drank like a drunk for 13 years. Right? I step in something else. All right. I got rocks in my shoe. It's driving me crazy. I thought I dumped them out. Pain. So, I'm pretty excited to see all the changes happening, honestly. I know, it's weird, it's bizarre. Just don't pay attention. Just try, when around the holidays, what people don't know, if people want to help, there's plenty of things that they can do to help. Around the holidays, I go to the local supermarket and I get $50 gift cards, and then I give them to the employee, to three different employees. I give them 4 gift certificates for $50 because these are the people that work in the community. They talk and get to know people. They know who needs help. So I teach people generosity by giving them my shit that they can be generous with. Since it's so hard to use their own stuff. Since it's so much fun to spend other people's money. Mama. Right? Or at least, another thing you can do, like, I don't know, they have Vet Appreciation Day, Vet Tech Appreciation Day and stuff like that, but they don't have, Auto Mechanic Appreciation Day. So I just had some work done on the bourbon. And they went above and beyond at the shop at Metric Motors, right? And it's like any place else. If they don't want to deal with you, they'll just find a reason not to. But I made the inn, and that was kind of cool. And I know people have good experiences and bad experiences at every place. They've been pretty consistent, They've done me right. So they got it done real quick and everything. It did work extra for me that they didn't have to do. They painted my differential orange for me, Chevy orange. And then so I said, talk to the guys in the back, the techs, and see what kind of, I'm going to order pizza for them. And then I brought them pizza. And then I went in and the one pizza place I usually used to be. Did you? I saw here. I got pictures of what I saw. How about that? You want to see what I saw? I was on Crete when we bombed Iraq. You wanna see what I saw? I saw this infinity pool in the panorama. I saw that infinity pool. That's war. Here's the view from the other hotel. This is the island of Crete. Yeah. Yeah, here's some of the views from the Mediterranean. It's paid vacations, only we pay ourselves hazardous duty because we're the hazard. And then I did see, so I saw about 100, I saw all the equipment that they brought in. These are all the big planes, big old cargo planes. Look at all those Humvees. Oh, it's just Humvees. And then you know what they did after this? People back in America said, ooh, Humvee, 8 miles a gallon. I gotta get me one of those. They're less practical than Jeeps, but I gotta have me one of those because they went to war and we bombed people that didn't deserve to die. Because that's what America is. It's like game of telephone. What's their intel? Weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, weapons of mass destruction. Like, dude, as soon as I was in the military, in the shop talking, you could go find my old military members, ask them, what was Marge like? Oh God, man, Marge was a stickler for the rules. That's why she only did 6 years, because the military standards were beneath even her own. They didn't, on my going away plaque, they didn't even spell my name right. And they're supposed to be about attention to detail. I ain't named after a margarita. Come on, goofy. Here's me at the hotel with some of the employees. So, because I fit in, I look like a tourist. I didn't get to, everybody else was like basically sequestered to the hotel room. I have another picture someplace of the some of the helicopters. I did get to go in the it's not get to. They're all freaking weapons of freaking destruction that doesn't need to happen. So people can pay themselves. It's a crop. This is when I was in Fairbanks. That's the lady in the lake. Fairbanks, Alaska. Look that thing up. That's in the history books. That's what the military is. They pay themselves to travel around in secret to have paid vacations. That's why I say, like, the people that are in charge, I got in trouble. It was 11/11. Was it after midnight? I was supposed to be in a Veterans Day parade. I was only on station for 2 months, and I got a DUI at the convenience store. But I was too honest, so I got in trouble. Anyway, honest to a fault. So, I didn't get to walk in that parade. So I had extra duty, which means I had to work 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, I had to work 8-hour shifts Saturday, Sunday, and do that for 45 days straight. Wow. So 9/11 happened, and then we were on full duty. Well, actually 9/11 had happened, so we were already on extra duty. And then so it didn't really impact me much. But this one particular time, I was an Airman Basic. I was the oldest Airman Basic at Offutt Air Force Base because they put me on the weight management program when I was in tech school. They called me out because I guess my buttons were screaming, my uniform was pulling apart. So they pulled me out and then took me up to the hospital and then had me weigh in and then said, you aren't in standards. Getting standards, your contract's going to be null and void. Then I got to Offutt, my first and only duty station, and they said, and I had to go to get weighed in again. And even though I had made strides, I still wasn't in standards. So instead of letting me continue in the time frame that was established, they started it over from day one. So that I was supposed to, after 2 months, I was supposed to get 2 stripes after my enlistment as far as my contract, but I didn't get my stripes because I was out of standards. And so I went, I was on this extra duty though because of the DUI, and Sergeant Peterson had come in. He was our flight chief. And he was talking about, oh, that's funny, I'm wearing Sacramento Zoo, and this is taken in front of the Sacramento Zoo. That's funny. I couch surfed. That's whose couch I slept on when I went into the Air Force. Before I went back to stay with Mom. So, what was I talking about, Mom? You don't know either. Moving right along. Oh, Sergeant Peterson, the flight chief. Here's the whirly birds. That's it. That's the whirly birds. So yeah, this is what it's about. It's about people overpaying themselves, their cousins, for having factories that manufacture these, but they don't build in America anymore. So, but anyway, Sergeant Peterson, he was all right. I don't know. He was from he had an accent. That's why it's like the military is such a trip, because there's people in it from all over the world, and it's like it's the U.S. military, but it's made up of a whole bunch of citizens that aren't from America, and people have no idea that this happens. And so, and he was from someplace. And then, I don't know, and like Jamaica or Dominican, maybe Topanga, I don't know. But he was walking through the flight, and he was a single guy, so he would show up on the weekends because he'd have nothing better to do but put on his uniform and go walk. Because he was a nerd. He didn't have no friends in real life, but he was a senior master sergeant, so you have to like him or pitch in like you do or whatever. Right? And so he was walking through one day, and they were just, it was like on a weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and the crew, they were just calling for just lame stuff. The higher ups they were just making us enlisted dance as puppets, because that's what they do. They like to control things, so it's just like, oh, just make them over. It's like, these fucking people have never worked a hard day. They're college educated, it alumni nepotism, fraternity, chosen ones that don't work hard. They just like to shoot at people's feet and make them dance. And so Sergeant Peterson came rolling through one day. I said, Sergeant Peterson, I said, you want to know what the difference between old men with their shopping carts pushing all their stuff, winos, long coat, leches, they'll flash ya. That used to be, I don't know, the people all that stuff. I said the difference between those transient dudes and the colonels and the generals and the majors and all of the brass. I said, you know what the difference between those two types of people are? He said, what's that? I said, privilege. That these people had advantage and these people didn't have any. They both think the same. He's like, you know what, Marge? Because nobody called me Airman Hessick. Because it was a joke. I made fun of it every day. I would work harder. I would work circles. I would work so hard just so I could come in and talk about how people were just sitting around and do nothing. awards. I got fancy ribbons. It's a joke. It's, you know, the budgets go to this shit. So single moms like my mom is allowed $55 a month on food stamps when we were growing up, and now they're doing the same shit. The same stuff. The same stupid script. That we need to care about people over there. We need a ballroom for 999 people. What's that the inversion of? So grown men can play dress up, can play. That's all Trump does. It's like a little girl playing dollhouse. And he goes here and he buys all the gold because he wants to be revered like a flag because that's his birthday. Nothing any government has done besides shoot me up with 8 anthrax vaccines to try and disconnect me from my creator, my source, nature, make me so mad I hate everything all the time and I'm just so angry and I take that out into the world and then I become the problem so they can institutionalize me. And so the state who says, inmate needs to be allocated $107,000 a year in order to house them, when the reality of it is they probably spend maybe 37 on what it actually takes to take care of the inmates. That's all America is inflating numbers like egos. Just inflate. You really think there's freaking 7 billion people on this planet, really? You ever fly across America? You ever fly over America and see how many places people aren't? It's 7 million people. Okay, I'll just believe 7 billion people. I believe it. Who counts them all? And what happens with all the plus and minus? Right? Because people are dying and being born, not even ever. I know. I think more people are born. Kids are being born to the. There's a lot of babies being born right now. You think their parents would have more desire to like actually learn trades, to do something to contribute to their own community in which their child is raised. They're raising their own child in. But America's just all about good enough. Good enough. It's good enough. I'm doing it today. People get stuck in loops. Are we seeing it? The kind of loops people are getting stuck in? You ever notice that, like, if you know somebody old people end up with the temperament of what they start out with. It's what they do with it in the middle which really drives it. Because if you have the little boy on the playground that always has this, like you always hear about the kid that, we could not ever keep a diaper on him, right? There's places and times that you got to put a diaper on, kid. Doesn't matter if you don't like it. You got to get used to things, We're trying to make things better, but you got to, ain't nobody ever, but people, that's not how it turns out, right? And what happens when these little boys that just go around and do whatever they want? They're never told no. They're never taught discipline. They're never taught, boundaries and just how to deal with rejection. I mean, how many people are in prison because of crimes of passion because they got rejected? I explained domestic violence today on why people lash out when they're drunk to my friend. And this is my explanation on why people lash out. Because what alcohol does, everything is frequency. Every thought is frequency. Every I took a picture this morning. I wish I could upload these pictures to the thumbnail, but I can't. I'll put it. Maybe I'll do it from the Mac. Aw, Audie Pants. I miss you so much, Audie Pants. So I took this picture this morning. You could see Orion's belt. You could see the stars, right? Orion's belt. And then you see the no place space. You see like the plasma, the black, whatever, you know, like this to me, with my scientific background, like this is how people get ideas. You get hit by one of these and you're tuned into a frequency, right? It's stuff that our human eyes can't see, but is always around us. Always. People with thumbs just think that we got it all, we know it all because we got thumbs. But look at what people choose mostly to do with their thumbs, Mom. So many people, generations of people, just video games. They got opposable thumbs, but they distracted them with the joystick, right? So, Luna's in Mom's spot over there. She's like, I got the good spot. But I'm super happy that how things are evolving. I just don't get, I don't have time to get so caught up in other people, what they get worked up about, you know? You know, that's great that all these people that they say gathered this weekend gathered. I would rather see people gather like that and do like, they used to have that episode of Extreme Home Makeover. You don't even gotta make over shit extreme. Just like, you know, work in groups and gather to help people. You know, like this weekend we're gonna hit so and so's house, get it all weatherized. You know, and then like 8 friends hit it, do everything that it needs to get it ready for winter, and then like next weekend, boom, you pick somebody else in the friend group. You know, like what do you need? Do you have everything you need? You know, do you need a wellness check? You know, all this kind of stuff. We're really getting back to taking care of each other on the lowest level, on the lowest reign of the chain of command. When I was in the military, first rang on the chain of command that if you had a problem with somebody, you went to that person. And I'm an Aries, so I'm pretty direct. But society isn't about that. Not anymore. But, and then you go, if that doesn't work out, you can't resolve it, then you go talk to you go talk to Sergeant Pierce, or you go talk, and then that don't fix it, then you got to go upstairs and talk to the, you know, and then they can resolve, and they can't resolve it, then you got to go across the street to Building D and talk to headquarters and talk, and, you know, and so conflict resolution, I know stuff about it. I just want to teach people everything I know, because I speak from personal experience. This ain't shit. I mean, I was there. This ain't shit, and there weren't a lot of people there. So but people would rather, you know, go to their silly parades and things like that. Mama. Right. You know, believe in the dream. Moving on. So I was thinking about that today. I think that a lot of reality is created from our sleep time, and not just when we sleep, but when animals sleep too. Like you know, when like cats and they're chasing bunnies, dogs, when they sleep and they're chasing something, right? Yeah. They're happy. They're like, yay! So they're because you're happy and not being tormented, because all 4 of my dogs came from a rescue from terrible situations. And I came from a terrible situation when I was a kid. So I was tormented. So I don't want to save them and then be the torment of what they escaped from, more of that. So they teach me, greatest gift you can earn is the love of an old dog. So, and I've gotten that gift 4 times, 5 times now. So So Luna, my whole train of thought just derailed because of the damn song. I didn't even like this song. Damn it! Oh, so I was talking about earning the love of an old dog. I don't remember. I don't know where my damn phone is either. So I can't even change the song. I guess I could be done. Nappy Roots. Oh, my turn. Okay. Luna went out. Are you getting tired? Well, you're good. Mom went with me to the storage unit today. I'm cleaning out the storage unit. So we went and did a chore. I just don't want another $100 to pay another $100 for stuff, because I just want to get rid of stuff that we don't need once and for all. But I found so much cool stuff, like that I know I had. And that's why we still have it. But like I don't read, but we have cool books. Mom has some cool books, and I found a letter that she wrote that I never saw before from 2010. See, I just keep stuff as memorabilia. I just have a lot of memorabilia. Like this. This is a book. This is a book. You have to write your name on it. And then, that's back before she changed her face. I went to Tampa, Florida to see a chick I knew. Hang out with her and then go see Chelsea Handler, because she had Chewy. She don't have Chewy. She hasn't had Chewy. Or the dog. Yeah, maybe when the Chewy was little guy. Yeah, anyway. But then Joe Coy opened up for her. And I had seen Joe Coy in Omaha. Oh, Stanley's up. So Mom, I found this note that Mom had written. Mom's a very eloquent writer. She, with her head injury, she could start to tell that she was losing her cognitive function, like she was losing, because her wires, her brain wasn't firing. Because when you have traumatic head injuries, when any part of the head, the tissue on your brain gets damaged from blunt force, it kills the cells that are in that fleshy stuff. It kills the cells, and so as the person gets older, those cells just keep dying, and that just affects different parts of your brain. So people have different behaviors. The phases that I've gone through with Mom and her idiosyncrasies in the progression of this channel, I go back and talk about like different periods where I'm just like trying to figure out how to navigate through life with Mom's however she finds comfort in life, right? Because it's about her. Because I can adapt a lot easier to what makes her comfortable than she can for me. So anyway, we do the best we can. I never been 74 years old. I don't know what a 74, and she has more needs than regular 74-year-olds do. But anyway, so this was February 28th. She gave me this book. This is a popular book. Living, Richard Bach. And she said, Margie, thank you for being a contributing factor in the rekindling of my inner spirit, for renewing the Jonathan Livingston Seagull within me. Love always, little Mom. She used to write me notes, so like she would always go off and run off, scurry off. I'm like, what does she do? She dresses up really nice, and she's like, I'm gonna go take care of business, and she'd be gone for hours. You know what I found out she was doing? Stanley! She was volunteering at local historic places around Northern California, like Old Shasta Historical, up by Whiskey Town. She was volunteering. She liked to go to work, but she couldn't go to work because we were on welfare, and she couldn't work because she got her head slammed, and she was born with 2 deformed feet. I mean, life wasn't easy for her, and she still got awards for contributing to her community. That was April 15th, 1999. I think I lived with you, Mon. You didn't let me. No, that was right before I came to live with you. So, my brother always said, "Oh, she doesn't work. She's never worked there." She didn't. She just did everything for free. She didn't sell her soul. She lived from spirit, huh, Mom? Good on you, Ma. Glad you're my mom, Mom. Oops. Anyway, I didn't want to talk this long. I was just starting to. I had kind of a sad moment, and I wanted to not go down the trajectory of being sad for the night. So I wanted to hop on here and make myself feel better, and that's what I did. And if anybody joined me along the way, then that's great. Anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace. Stanley, why are you...